Okay, welcome to lecture one here for critical thinking. And lecture one is um, what is critical thinking? Which is probably an important question to ask. Um, in your book, the chapter one is what is critical thinking anyway? Why are we taking this class? May seem like an interesting place to start, an obvious place to start in a number of respects, but an interesting place to start um, um, for a number of reasons, but here's why it's an important place to start and an important thing to do in a course like this. It's not going to be obvious to most students, and it was not to me the first time I took a critical thinking course, what exactly it is that you're going to be studying in this class. Um, and that's really unlike a lot of other classes that you will take. So when you take courses other than a critical thinking class, a lot of times you're at an advantage. And that advantage really is just this, that when you enroll in the course, you can tell from the course, you can tell from the name of the course what it is that you'll be studying. So I will be learning about this. I'll be learning, if you take a biology course, right, I'll be learning about living organisms. If you take a marine biology course, all right, I'm going to learn about stuff that lives in the sea or, in the ocean and ocean environment. Okay. So there's a sense in which if you take a chemistry course, you know what you're going to be studying. If you take an algebra course, you know what you're going to be studying. So there's an important sense in which a lot of classes, when you enroll in them, it's obvious to you what you will be learning about, what the subject matter will be. Okay. But that's not quite the case with a critical thinking class. Let's be honest. Most of you, myself included, the first time I took it, enrolled in this class kind of going, well, what on God's green earth is critical thinking anyways? I mean, we hear a lot of people say, well, this is interesting to me, is that a lot of departments, a lot of divisions within a college will say that one of the things they want to develop in their students is critical thinking. A lot of English classes, ironically to me, say that they foster critical thinking when I don't really think that they do, but I'll leave that commentary for another day. Um, so let's get clear then about what exactly this class is about, okay? What is a critical thinking class? Okay, critical thinking. It's in the title, right? So critical thinking, here's the way I want you to think about it. A critical thinking class is a class about how to think. We are going to critically evaluate and critically look at how we should think. I want you to understand at the outset why this is important. Why would we have a class about how to think? Um, Here's why we all think. Every person watching this video and understanding what's going on and understanding the words that I'm using, you're thinking. We all think. But the truth of the matter is that not everyone thinks well. Not everyone is a good thinker. And in fact, most of us, if not all of us, really all of us, make a lot of mistakes in our thinking. We are prone to errors in our thinking that lead us to draw conclusions or arrive at beliefs or to hold opinions that are not likely to be true. We hold certain views for emotional reasons. We hold certain views for cultural reasons. We hold them for a lot of different reasons, beliefs that we have about a great number of different things for reasons that have nothing to do with reason. Now, I'm not immune to this. I am just as prone as anyone else, in spite of the fact that I have a PhD in philosophy and teach critical thinking and understand logic quite well. In spite of these facts, I too am prone to biased thinking. We all are. The point of a critical thinking class is to start you down the path to becoming a more objective, clear, rational, reasonable thinker so that you can arrive at true, accurate opinions, beliefs, conclusions. Okay? When we form our opinions or when we form our views about a great number of things, we use thinking, or at least a lot of times we should. When we're making a decision about whether or not we should take a certain course or enroll in a certain program of study or attend a certain school, or whether or not we should stay in that relationship, or whether or not we should do any number of different things, we use reasoning, we use our mind, we are thinking, we are attempting to arrive at good, true conclusions about these things. And this class is about how to do that. This class presupposes, and I think that it's obvious that there is, a difference between how thinking is done and how it should be done. And if you want proof of that distinction, I would encourage you to watch any TV show with the word judge in the title. Judge Mathis, Judge Judy, Judge Jimmy Ball, I don't care who it is. As you watch those shows, one of the things that may strike you, one of the things that strikes me, I see obvious examples here, is that the people there are thinking, but they're not doing a very good job of it in a lot of instances. Their thinking is biased or muddied, confused. Something's going wrong there. Well, this class is about that. This class is about how to think clearly, objectively, dispassionately. Dispassionately, that means without passion, where our emotions are not overtaking our thinking, but we're able to objectively think. Okay. Good thinking has been a subject of philosophy for thousands of years. Some might say that it began with Aristotle, who lived 2,400 years ago. Aristotle developed some of the first rules of logic, which is really what you're studying here. In part, you will delve into a little bit of logic. And so it's been a topic there for a very long time, and we have recognized the difference between good thinking and bad thinking. And so that's what we are after. So a critical thinking course then is a course where we are going to think about our thinking, where we are going to attempt to learn to avoid biases and learn how to critically evaluate our own reasoning, the reasoning of others, and to be more objective and dispassionate and to help us get at truth. And one of the important points that I can make for you about this class, this is one of those courses that will increase your intelligence generally. There is no specific topic that this course will teach you that will make you intelligent in any one specific area. Actually, this course is much better than that because it develops a skill set, clear thinking, that can be applied to any and every discipline you engage in, anything you study or anything that you do. A good mechanic is a good critical thinker. A good nurse is a good critical thinker. A good computer programmer is a good critical thinker. A good EMS person, I'm not sure what to call them, is a good critical thinker. A good employee is a good critical thinker. A good person to be in a relationship with is one who's a good critical thinker. This discipline, this course, is one of those things that undergirds, it sits underneath every other thing that you do. And being good at what we do in this class will make you better at a lot of the other things that you do. It will teach you how to be generally intelligent, and it will raise your general IQ, not a specific IQ in a specific area, but your general IQ. And so this class is truly important to raise your general intelligence, and so that's part of its role. So hopefully this lecture has done a little bit to clarify for you what critical thinking is, and most importantly, what it is that we will be doing in this course, and the direction that we're going. But that's it.